A lot of contractors ask me, how do I get more customers and how do I get more leads without getting ripped off? And here's the truth. If you're relying on Home Advisor, Thumbtack, and referrals alone, you're not in control of your business. Hey, I'm Andrei, and I've helped over 50 trade businesses generate over $24 million in revenue just last year alone by implementing simple systems for their businesses that allows them to not share leads, not compete on price, and overall close more jobs. Now, I actually used to be on the tools myself. I spent 5 years doing plumbing, and I spent 2 years doing sales, marketing, and operations for 2 major plumbing firms. So I know a thing or two about getting leads for your business, but also closing them into jobs. Today, I'm going to show you how we help contractors stop chasing leads and start attracting the best one. Exactly how the major corporations are doing it in your local area. And let's get into it. Now, the first thing you have to be aware of is if someone is looking for your service online, how are they finding you? And it's quite simple. If you do just a quick Google search for whatever industry you're in and you look on the page, are you there? Are you being found? Or are you nowhere to be found anywhere on this page? And if you aren't, we've got some work to do. Because the biggest companies out there, they have methods of getting consistent leads for their business all the time. And essentially what we need to do is we need to build out this system for your business. So most people have literally just this one little section of their business bringing in leads, and that's word of mouth referrals. Whereas what we could be doing is we could have partnerships with other complementary businesses that are not our competitors. We could have Google Maps running, we could have SEO, we could have Facebook, Google Ads. We could be even writing content. Now, content is a very underestimated thing nowadays where a lot of people are not doing it, but it's a great source of getting consistent leads for free. So out of this entire funnel, the very top section that we have, this is our way of actually getting attention so that people know that we exist in their local area and we can help them. So if your business only has this, you're missing out on so many other ways of getting attention for your business that could yield you more leads in the long run. And don't get me wrong, referrals are always great because when you do get a referral, your chances of closing are always much higher. However, it's only one way of getting leads, and there's so many other ways of getting leads that will also be profitable for your business. And the other big problem with just referrals is that it's not reliable. Yes, you will get referrals, but some months you will get a little amount of referrals and some months you will get a lot. It's not predictable, and it most certainly isn't scalable. And the reason you don't want to be relying on Home Advisor, Angie's List, Thumbtack, or any of those other services is it's a great service for local homeowners to find a local contractor in their area. But the issue for you as the contractor is not only do you get the lead, which you're paying for, by the way, but also so many other contractors in the local area are getting the same lead. So the same lead is being sold to multiple contractors, and now the homeowner has access to all these quotes instead of just being with one contractor or 2 contractors at a time. So essentially you're fighting for this lead to win the job. And oftentimes what you'll find is whoever is using these services, they're just shopping around. So as far as they're concerned, they're paying for the same service. So why would they pay more for the same service? They will just go for the cheapest contractor. And oftentimes the cheapest contractor gets the job. Now the problem is, even if you are the contractor that got the job by providing the cheapest quote, now you've got less margins to work with. You are making less money for doing the same job only because you had to lower your price just to win the job. Whereas if you got your own exclusive leads for your own business, you can essentially charge more for doing the same job just because you actually got your own exclusive lead and they can see the value based on the services that you provide. The bottom line with using services like this, it's great for the consumer. It's not great for you. You're wasting time dealing with these leads. You're charging less, you're not making much money. So here's exactly what you should be doing. Essentially what you want to do is you want to build out this entire funnel that I've laid out here, and I'll show you some examples as well. If you set up partnerships, you will get more leads. If you work on your Google Maps, you will get more leads and they will be free. If you start working on SEO, whether you do it yourself or you hire someone to do it for you, you will get more leads. If you run Facebook ads for your business, you will get more leads. If you run Google Ads, you will get more leads. If you do content for your business, again, you guessed it, you will get more leads. So essentially, we want to start doing all of these different ways of getting attention Sure, it costs money, but you get leads in return that will turn into closed jobs, so your business will actually go higher as time goes on. Your business will not only get more leads, but you'll get more revenue through the door consistently every single month if you start by getting more attention to your business. So if we look at just one campaign here that we're running on Facebook for a plumber who's doing hot water and drainage installations, we've got 65 leads for an average cost of just under $2,500. Now this client closes 80% of his leads because he is so good at selling on the phone. So we're getting 65 leads, we're getting at least 40 jobs per month, and these are all exclusive leads that he has got himself for his own brand. So we can run ads to get people interested in our brand, in our service, in our local area, and people are inquiring with us because they know we're going to call them and they're just going to buy in because they've already seen the ad, they like the offer that we presented to them, and now they want to get a job done with us because we're the ones that they trust. If you want a video on how to run Facebook ads for your business, I'll leave it linked in the description below and you can watch that. Here I've got another example. We're running Google ads for a plumber who spent $10K in the past 30 days, got 183 leads, and these guys, again, they're closing at least 60 to 70% of their jobs because these are people actively looking for a plumber, and we are fulfilling the demand on the service in their local area. We're converting 25% of them because we've got an excellent landing page that turns the regular website visitors into leads, and we're spending just over $50 a lead. If we're converting 60 to 70%, that means our actual cost per job is around $80. $80 is perfectly fine to pay for a closed job because we also have a customer. That customer will come back for more work, and we can ask this customer for a referral. So our actual word of mouth actually does increase over time because we're increasing the customer base list so quickly by advertising, getting more leads, getting more customers. This isn't the exact landing page for that business, but this is a landing page that we use to turn people who have no idea about our service and actually get them interested in our service. So here we've got a hot water installer in Melbourne who's offering a $3,000 rebate worth of government incentives to actually convince people to replace their hot water system. So this page basically gives them all the information that they need to make a decision, and the client gets a really good hot water system for a fraction of the actual retail price because the government is actually paying for it. So this page has got us over 4,000 leads that we paid around $10 for, and we're closing 15% of these leads into closed job. And this page alone got us over $1 million in revenue because we converted so many people into leads and we closed so many of them into actual jobs. Now, another thing you can do is actually work on your Google Maps listing. Your Google Maps listing is totally free. And if you want to know how to work on your Google Maps listing, you can click the link in the description below. But anyway, if you go on Maps and you look up for plumber, painter, remodeler, kitchen renovation, bathroom renovation, you want your listing to show up on the top of Google Maps. And the only way to do that is to make sure your Google Maps profile is optimized and you're getting tons of reviews for your business. The more reviews you have for your business, the more inquiries you're going to get for free, by the way, and your conviction rate from lead to closed job is going to be much higher as well. So working on your Google Maps profile is an absolute must. You will get so many inquiries by working on your Google Maps profile. So this Google Maps profile, we got 146 reviews, which is great. If we go to our actual performance, you'll see that we've had 1,500 people look at us in the past 6 months, and we've got almost 700 calls in this period. We're getting over 100 phone calls a month just from our Google Maps profile that we didn't pay anything for. These are just organic reviews that we've got from our customers, and because we've optimized the profile, we're getting more phone calls every single month for our business. Now, just because you got the lead doesn't mean that you've actually got a closed job. So you actually need a system for turning these leads into closed jobs. And I can tell you now, the best thing you can possibly do for your business to get more money through the door is call your damn leads within 5 minutes. If you call your leads within 5 minutes, you are guaranteed to, one, get them on the phone in the first place, and two, increase your conviction, because as soon as someone inquires, their interest for the service and for you starts declining. And especially if you're a plumber or a sparky where the jobs go through very quickly, if a plumber doesn't call you back within 5 minutes, he's calling someone else. So you need to make sure that you are on top of your leads as fast as possible. And the faster you do it, I can promise you, you'll get more of them on the phone and more of them will actually turn into a closed job. Now that's regarding the phone. What you also want to do is you want to have email and text automations for your business. So as soon as someone inquires, they're put through a sequence that helps nurture them so that they understand a little more about your business, what you do, and how you can help them. And an excellent way of dealing with this is making sure that all your leads actually get the reviews. So they see all the amazing reviews about your business. They see all the proof that you guys are very good at what you do. So if you have to do anything with these homeowners, you need to convince them that you will do the job once, you will do it right, and they're not going to be paying twice to do the same job. So if you can answer all of these 3 questions and make sure that they trust you, you will win the job, because it's not about price, it's about the value. So the more you can increase your value, you will get more jobs and you can charge more for the jobs, especially when you've got more reviews, because it shows the perceived value to be higher than all your competitors. And another great handy tip that you can do for your business is actually send through some video testimonials of any clients that you have. So if you've got a client on video saying that they used your service, they were so happy with it, they recommend you to all their friends and family, that will help with your conviction, and you will turn more of those leads into closed jobs, because again, you're increasing the perceived value of your service. And we want to keep increasing the perceived value of our service so more people actually turn into a closed job and they want to work with us. The whole goal of this exercise is to make people want to work with us. So if we go down the funnel and we've determined that people are qualified, we send them to the warm-up page with all those reviews and testimonials we spoke about. And it's going to have case studies, free video content, even a video sales letter. That does really well. Now you can set the appointment and get someone to book on a site visit. Done the site visit, the quote gets approved, and you solve the job. Now you can ask them for a referral. You can offer some sort of incentive for the referral. And again, you are monetizing the amount of customers that you already have as much as possible. And this will keep spiraling out of control, and you will grow a bigger business if you have all of these systems in place. To get better leads for your business, what you can also do is make sure you have a survey on your landing page that actually asks them questions to qualify them or not qualify them. So if you're doing a bathroom renovation, you can ask them about budget, timeline. You can ask them what they want to do, and depending on how they respond, you can automatically qualify them or disqualify them, which will help you get better leads. It'll help Facebook and Google get you better leads because you've pre-qualified them before they've even gone through, and you'll spend less time talking on the phone and dealing with people that are a lot more serious about your service. Now, the last point that I really want to hammer home is if you don't have a CRM, get a CRM. You want to be tracking all your leads throughout the pipeline from when they actually become a lead to when you attempt to call them, to determine if they're unresponsive, and to actually put them down the funnel. So at the top, we got the new leads. In the middle, we've got our nurturing sequences to help turn them into a closed job. We've booked in a site visit. So you want to have all of these in your CRM, and you want to be tracking how the leads are going along. Because as they get further into turning into a closed job, the less of them that you're going to get just naturally, because not everyone's going to be qualified. Not everyone's going to have the money. Not everyone's going to want to go through the job right now. So you want to have all of these stages in the funnel actually mapped out. You want to be tracking where all the leads are going at all times. You want to make sure that all the leads are actually getting nurtured, and you want to keep track of it so that you can make decisions on which step of the funnel you actually need to look at as the business owner. So if we're getting a ton of leads, but not a lot of them are turning into jobs, we need to see at what stage in the pipeline do we actually need to work on. Do we need to work on the actual closing of the leads? Do we need to work on the pre-qualification on the leads before they even get to us? And the thing you have to remember, your competitors are not better because they do a better job than you. Your competitors are doing better than you because they are out marketing you. So what you want to do is you want to look at all my other videos, see how you can position your business to look more favorable in comparison to your competitors. And you want to start implementing all of these systems that I spoke about earlier so that you can actually get more people through the door. And once you get more people through the door, you're going to get more leads, you're going to close more jobs, and the cycle is going to keep continuing. Put some systems in place to get more leads, put some systems in place for better follow-ups, make sure your sales process is dialed in, and you will close more jobs, and you will look more favorable compared to your competitors. And if you want to see some results from these systems, I'll link all of them down in the description below so you can watch them. So if you're a contracting business doing between 50 to 250K per month and you want to scale to 5 or 12 million per year, you can book a free call in the description below for a strategy session. If this video helped you and you gained some knowledge out of it, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button below. I'm Andrei, and this is how we help construction businesses grow. See you in the next one.